Hi, my name is Marcus from Tuning Bikes. First things first, thank you for purchasing our bleed kit. Today, I will demonstrate on a RockShox Stealth, a model with internal housing, how you can bleed your seat post. Pay attention to cleanliness while bleeding. Place a rag or suitable container under your bike in case any fluid drips or drops. If some fluid does come into contact with parts of your bike, make sure to clean it up right away with isopropyl alcohol. RockShox recommends bleeding the remote after 50 hours of use, and bleeding the seat post after 200. At the latest, you'll need to bleed your seat post if it no longer responds when you trigger the remote. Today, we'll show you how to bleed both the remote and the seat post. Here's what you should have in the bleed kit. Hydraulic fluid, 2 syringes, 2 hoses, 2 fittings, and a double-sided Torx key with T25 on one side and T10 on the other. Connect the syringes to the hoses and nozzles. Fill one syringe with 20 milliliters of hydraulic fluid and the other with about 5. When filling the syringes, some air is bound to enter. You can remove the air by holding the syringe with the opening facing upwards and lightly depressing the plunger. Place your seat post in its fully extended position. Then, make sure to turn the speed adjuster on your remote as far as it will go opposite the direction of the arrow, into its slowest setting. If the hydraulic hose is fitted anywhere to your frame, you have to detach it before proceeding. Then, you can release the remote's clamp and mount the remote on the opposite side of the handlebars to have a little more leeway when dealing with the hose. Now open the seat post clamp. Carefully remove the seat post from the frame and use your other hand to feed the hydraulic hose through the frame so that it doesn't tear away from the seat post. Then, secure the seat post using a zip tie or tape to your back tire. In doing so, make sure that the bleed port is the highest point in the system. Also, check that the hose doesn't show any kinks and isn't sharply bent, as this will prevent the fluid from flowing properly. Remove the bleed screw from the remote and attach the syringe filled with 20 milliliters of hydraulic fluid. Then, remove the bleed screw from the seat post and attach the syringe filled with 5 milliliters of hydraulic fluid. Holding both syringes upright, depress the plunger of the syringe on the remote and simultaneously lightly pull back the plunger of the syringe on the seat post. Then do the same thing in the other direction. Repeat this 2 or 3 times until you no longer see any air bubbles rising in the syringes. At the end of this procedure, there should be 20 milliliters of hydraulic fluid in the remote syringe. Now, detach the syringe on the seat post and close off the bleed port with the locking screw, using a maximum torque of 2.2 Newton meters. The remote still needs to be completely bled. To do so, pull back the plunger of the remote syringe and simultaneously press the trigger on the remote. Then depress the syringe's plunger. This will automatically push out the remote's trigger. Repeat this as often as you need to until you can no longer see any air bubbles in the syringe. At the end, make sure the remote's trigger is fully extended. Then, unscrew the syringe and close off the bleed port just like you did on the seat post, with a torque of no more than 2.2 Newton meters. Properly dispose of any waste fluid and clean all parts with isopropyl alcohol. The final bike check hopefully shows that your remote's trigger easily returns to its fully extended position all on its own. If not, you'll have to repeat the bleeding process. Now all that remains is readjusting the speed adjuster as you'd like, and you're ready to explore the woods. See you next time!